morning, everybody. You're all very welcome.
Apparently this is where great adventures begin, and we hope today will promote the Innovation Academy and this new location as a catalyst for innovation for all the UCD community and our partners in academia and industry.
I think it's just a fantastic concept, and where people are willing to come here and spend 24 hours right through the night building, something like a 3D printer it's just a phenomenal idea. It should be encouraged.
You break things go wrong, but the idea of 3D printing is, you print another one, you get another part in, everything's common enough, so it's fairly easy to get involved and it's easy enough to do.
So today, the challenge is for them to build a 3D printer from a kit that will be provided, and then to use that printer to come up with something which is really interesting. So I'm looking forward to see what they do.
What we've got is nearly 200 people across all the different disciplines. We've got 40 3D printer kits in bits that people have had 30 hours to build and create with.
The technology of the future, but we still have to find out exactly what it can do.
Today is about trying to pull together different parts of the university to work in multidisciplinary teams to create something really cool. And if you build within a day and a half the printer and print something, you get to bring it back to your department.
It's definitely important to get people from different backgrounds interested in design, and it's something that I'm interested from a business point of view, that a lot of business people aren't aware of the actual processes that go into making things and designing things. And
the interdisciplinary team aspect of it, I think, is really important, that we can get to see what other people want to do with this kind of technology. We're working with a chemist today, so everybody's coming from a different perspective, so it's kind of exciting.
Putting it together isn't so hard, but making sure that everything is perfect so that when you do print your object, that there's no problems, because something small can cause quite a drastic failure.
We had a couple of technical issues. Once we had it built, there was a lot of calibration issues as well.
The biggest challenge was figuring out what exactly went wrong when stuff went wrong. Turns out our original circuit board that we had was broken. So it took us quite a while to figure out what was wrong. We had to get a replacement circuit board. Once we got that, everything worked okay.
It was a long night, but I think we got a good bit done. We had a few problems through the night, so we dealt with them, and now we're just printing our final thing, hopefully.
The biggest challenge was putting the calibration together. It's that last little bit right before printing is just really getting everybody the patience to sit there and work out the tiniest little millimeter of difference.
It's one thing to build it, it's another thing to get it working.
So our kind of product that we came up with was, we thought of water filtration in developing countries. That 3D printing could really be a game changer in developing countries.
Tiny little version of myself now.
Very good.
I'm pretty proud of it. It actually took about 40 minutes to print this, and it's only about a centimetre by a centimetre and a half.
The whistle was one of the first things we printed, so it does work-ish. We do.
And really quite hard to find a winner. There's so many brilliant prints out there, and in fact I have to say fair play to everyone who actually made the printer. I mean, it does take a long time, but they did it and they've done some amazing prints.
Basically what we've done here was just printed a fan. It's a sort of a fan shroud or a fan housing. So the fan housing that comes with the printer itself is quite basic, and it just blows the air down onto the table. But we wanted a more direct cooling system, so you can print a sort of a shroud that directs it just right around the nozzle.
We literally had the first team build in 4.5 hours, and they printed a little tiny robot, which was our kind of metric for everyone to print. But 4.5 hours is phenomenal, and we did not even remotely expect that.
I'm particularly delighted that the first team to print, which was Team 26.
We started off working together to get the frame together because there's enough. It's big enough that you could get 4 people working on it at the same time. But then once the main superstructure was complete, we kind of had to break it down into all the smaller parts. So getting everything lined up appropriately was a bit of a pain, but well, we managed in the end.
Put the on switch on and just seeing it light up and things moving. It may not work first time, but just actually seeing it work was pretty cool, I thought.
I'm going to go for second prize first of all, which is Team 18 for the Mobius strip.
It's brilliant. It was a great day just to learn how to make it and learn how to work the machine, and to get runner-up, I suppose, is even better. Yeah.
And first prize goes to Team 33.
Like, when you think about last night about 11 o'clock, we had absolutely no idea what we were going to do. We were just like, we had a policy, once the printer, we can't let the printer go cold. When we finish printing something, keep it going. And we just ended up with loads of things, and eventually this idea came to our head. So, went on from there.
It came in a present box wrapped, and you unwrap it and it's flat packed. It doesn't even look like a first cousin from a 3D printer. And you put this thing together, and when it actually produces this tiny robot, you're like, oh my god, I created this thing that created this thing.
This is one of the first things that we actually printed off, and as you can see, like the detail on the actual crest, you can really see the precision that you can get with these 3D printers.
It's really good because, like, say in lectures and stuff, we learn about all these things, and then it's really good to, put into practical application.
It sounds a wee bit cliche, but when people have been coming around all day quoting anything is possible, it's not a joke when you see it.